Hey, we're live. This is the OBee Sports Talk Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully, we'll get some people coming in here shortly, and we're going to get this show on the road. Just gonna try to get some share this a little bit here that we're live right now. To talk baseball. We're going to talk baseball. We're going to talk a little bit of Blue Jackets, which is not going very well at all tonight for the Columbus Blue Jackets. And the playoff hopes are quickly fading in the sunset. The Cavs, let's go check out the Cavs right now. They're playing, and then we'll get into baseball about what's going on there. Right now, the Cavs are tied with the Pistons at 43 in the second quarter. So, anyways, we want to break down the playoffs about what I think each division what's going to happen in each division. And I'll backtrack. So, if you come in here and people come in here and chat, or come in here, we'll break it down a little bit. We'll backtrack a little bit. But I'm going to start with the AL East. And I'm already kind of changing my tune a little bit on the AL East. I think Boston is going to win the AL East. I think they did more. I think picking up Alex Bregman and they got some key players in this year. They'll have Rafael Devers come back, even though he's going to play probably a lot of DH, a lot of first base. Bregman will play third base. But they brought in Walker Buehler. They brought in Garrett Crochet. They brought in Patrick Sandoval. They brought in Chapman. They brought in Navarez. And they brought in Boozer. That's going to help them with those arrivals right there. Alex Bregman, like I talked about, they had Trevor Story. Trevor Story, if they can keep him healthy, they would be good. They have Masatsushi Yoshida, Brian Beller, Tanner Hancock, Tanner Hawk, who had a good season last year. And so I think Boston will find a way to win the AL East. And I think it's going to be nip and tuck between second place, between Baltimore and Toronto. And I really kind of feel like Baltimore didn't do a whole lot, so it's going to be kind of hard for them. But they have a lot of young guys that can make a difference for them. And so I think Baltimore is going to edge out the Blue Jays for second place. And I think that means the Blue Jays will finish third. Blue Jays brought in Max Scherzer. They brought in Andres Jimenez. And I think that's going to help the Blue Jays. I think the Blue Jays will be a better team this year. I really do. I think they're going to be better. But I don't think they're going to be able to overtake Boston, number one. I don't think they're going to be able to overtake Baltimore, number two. So I'm going to put them 1, 2, and 3. The Yankees, I think, took a big hit. Yeah, they brought in Cody Bellinger, and they lost Soto. But Garrett Cole is down. They're going to lose Garrett Cole for all season, and Gill starts on the IL for them. So I don't have much faith in the New York Yankees because they lost. They did bring in Paul Goldschmidt, and they brought in Max Fried. But you lose Nestor Correa, you lose Juan Soto, Alex Virgo, Clay Holmes, Tommy Cale, Gabriel Torres, and I don't know if they re-signed Anthony Rizzo or not. But you lose those guys, and you take a big hit, in my opinion. So I don't have faith in the Yankees to finish higher than fourth. Maybe they can sneak in second or third. Maybe if they can find a way, because it's the Yankees, they always find that way. But I think not having Juan Soto is going to hurt them offensively. Bellinger's first year with the Yankees, how good is that going to be? So, excuse me. So I'm going to take the Yankees at 4th, which leaves the Rays at 5. And I don't see them obviously doing anything. So I have them at number 5. And that's where we're going to put them. So the AL East, I have Boston, Baltimore, Toronto, the Yankees, and the Rays. Okay. Let's move on to the AL Central. The AL Central, we'll just work our way up from the top to the bottom. At the bottom of the division of AL Central, I have the White Sox. What can you say? They were pitiful last year, didn't really do anything to improve the roster by any means. They kind of lost some more key players, stuff like that. So I'm going to have them as last place. Then I'm going to have Minnesota Twins. And I know a lot of people are picking Minnesota Twins to win the division. Based on what? Yeah, they may have good, solid pitching, but they have no offense whatsoever. They just don't have the offensive power, in my opinion. They got guys that can't stay healthy. They haven't been healthy. I just don't see Minnesota being a team that can win this division, and that's why I have them at 4. At number 3, I have Detroit. Yeah, they got Scooble, and they have Flaherty back, but they have a lot of young core pieces. Maybe they brought in a few guys that kind of help out, but I just don't see them. I think they could give the Kansas City and Cleveland some fits this year and kind of maybe turn some heads a little bit. But I think it was bottom line, the Tigers are not there yet, and I think they're going to finish number 3. At number 2, I'm going to have Kansas City. And I think it's going to be close between Kansas City and Cleveland. I think it's going to be closer than what people think. But I'm going to put Kansas City at number 2. I think with bringing in Jonathan India for them, bringing in Mark Canha, and solidifying that bullpen up a little bit. And they got good starters and Cole Reagans and Seth Lugo. Is it Lugo? Seth Lugo? I believe it is. I'm going to go there and check here. I mean, they did lose Robbie Grossman, Brad Singer, Will Smith, Adam Frazier, Gurrell. But they did bring in, Seth Lugo, Cole Reagans, Michael Waka. Those are good, solid players. And you bring in Jonathan India to play second base. You brought in Mark Canha. But the lefties they brought in did not look very good in opening day 1 against Kyle Manzo. As Kyle Manzo got 2 big hits off 2 of their lefties. So, I mean, it's early. You're trying to get attached to a new team. But I have Kansas City Fish number 2, which leaves my Cleveland Indians guards at number 1. I just have so much faith in Cleveland at number 1. That I'm going to. But, the Cavs are going back to back here at Detroit, 52-52. Anyways, so I have Cleveland at number 1. They brought in Carl Santana. They brought in, um, might have been Hall they really brought in. I mean, they did bring for Seawald. So they did bring him in, and Luis Ortiz. So they got some guys that. So yeah, they brought in those guys, and I really believe in this team. I think if they can, the starting position is key, because I think if it takes the pressure off our bullpen, if they can get some big, some outing, strong, 5 good solid innings early on, you'll take that, and then you can turn over. I think you need at least 5, 6 innings at least every single night for your start, which is sometimes it's hard to do. I understand that, but I really believe in this Cleveland team. I think they're really not going to miss a beat with Carl Santana replacing Josh Naylor. He's familiar with this team. I like what Tanner Bybee brings. I like what Gavin Williams brings. I like what Ben Lively brings. The bullpen, obviously, with Tristan McKenzie out there and Joey Catanito, I really do. And I think offensively, you got Jose Ramirez, a full year of Lane Thomas. And I expect Bo Naylor to have a big season this year. And I even expect Kyle Manzo to come out here and have a big season, and why not? So I'm excited to watch this team. I think Brian Rocchio, I think, is going to have another good outing, good season. I really believe he'll do good. So I got Cleveland at number one in this division. So in the AL Central, I have White Sox at 5, Twins at 4, Tigers at 3, Kansas City at 2, Cleveland at 1. So there we go. That's what I have for the AL Central. For the AL West, I have the Angels. Just nothing for the Angels. I'm sorry. And I just don't think they have anything. I have Seattle at 4. I don't think Seattle has done anything to improve their team. And then I have Oakland at number 3. Even though I think Oakland's going to be a better team, I think they could be the sleeper in the AL West this year. But I have them at number 3. I have the Texas Rangers at 2. I think they've gotten better, and I think they're going to continue to get better going forward. So I have them at number 2, but it's also going to be healthy for them because their starting pitching last year really took a hit. So I got them at number 2. At number 1 is no surprise until somebody knocks them off. I've got Houston at number 1. And I just think until you can show that you can beat them, there's no reason to put anybody else in first place in that division than Houston. So Angels at 5, Seattle at 4, Oakland at 3, Texas at 2, and Houston at 1. The NL East, the Marlins at 5, the Nationals at 4. Until they really show me something, I have the Mets at number 3. Like I said, until they show me something. Now, granted, they could end up being a wild card team, but like I said, until they show me something, I'm not picking the Mets any higher than 3. Because I got the Phillies at number 2. They may battle the Phillies for the 2 spot, but I got them at 2. And I have Atlanta at number 1. Until somebody shows me otherwise, I'm going to pick Atlanta at number 1. In the NL Central, I have the Cardinals, the Pirates. Even though the Pirates are going to be another exciting team again this year with Paul Skeens and a few other guys, young core guys they got, but until they show me something, they're going to be a state number 4. The Cubs, just don't have faith in the Cubs until it's the team that shows me they can do something. Because I kind of feel like sometimes they kind of let everybody down, and they let everybody down for years. So I'm going to put them at number 3. The surprise team in the NL Central, Terry Francona coming in, I think is going to get the most out of this. I think they're going to be a surprise team. and I have, which leads me to have Milwaukee as number one, and it's until somebody else in the NL Central shows me otherwise. There's no other reason to pick anybody else in that division than the Milwaukee Brewers. So I have the Cards, the Pirates, the Cubs, the Reds, and the Brewers winning division. And that was in that order. Five. The first one I listed was the Cardinals. They're at number 5. Pirates at 4. Cubs at 3. Reds at 2. And the Brewers at 1. The NL West. In the 5th spot, the Colorado Rockies. The Giants at 4. The Diamondbacks at 3, which is the reason I put them there was when they originally I was thinking that they were going to have Jordan Montgomery, but he's going to be out. He may be out for the season. So I may have to flip. They may slide behind the Giants. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But right now, the Diamondbacks at 3, the Padres at 2, and the Dodgers at 1. Until somebody shows me they can knock off the mighty, mighty Dodgers, there's no reason to pick anybody else other than the Dodgers at number 1. So that division, Rockies in last, then followed by the Giants or Diamondbacks at 4 and 3, which I think is going to be nip and tuck, and the Padres at 2, and the Dodgers at 1. So that's where I see how the divisions line up as far as who's going to make it to the World Series. Let's just say, for the sake of the argument, let's say we're going to get Ohio World Series this year. It's bound to happen sometime. Do we get it in 2025? The Ohio World Series, Cleveland versus Cincinnati. Terry Francona is his first year with the Reds, gets the most out of the Reds, and Vogt, second year as Cleveland's manager, takes the Cleveland Indians / Guards, whatever you want to call them, all the way to the World Series. That's what I'm going to predict. That we're going to have an Ohio World Series in 2025. So then all my Ohio friends, we can get together. We can have a World Series party, maybe get to a game either in Cleveland or Cincinnati, and just watch our teams battle out for the Battle of Ohio, for who gets the bragging rights for the World Series. Because what they say, it's Ohio against the world, if you will. Everybody always picks against Cleveland. They pick against Ohio State. They pick against the Bengals, the Browns. We don't get love fest from people. Hey, Bill Nye, the science guy, says Cleveland's going to win it all. So yeah, you think it as you will. You can think what you want. You can think I'm crazy with my predictions, and I mean, comment and tell me what you think. Try to get some people in here and message a couple of people here. But yeah, Celia, that's where I'm going to, for the first time in history, we will see an Ohio World Series. The Cleveland Indians versus your Cincinnati Reds. And a shocking World Series. Yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it? You come in and who do we got here? Say something in the chat so we know you're here. So whoever's in the chat, the Cleveland Indians versus Cincinnati Reds. Think we can see it? Think it's possible? Shock the world. The Reds knock off the Dodgers in the NLCS. The Cleveland Indians knock off like somebody like Houston or Boston in the ALCS. They go on to World Series and play each other. In fact, let's just bring that poll up right now here. Let's bring that poll up. Jack Sawyer. Where will Jack Sawyer go? That's what Jonathan Charles asked. I think he will go in the second round. And I think originally when I said where he would go, see if I could find that piece of paper. I actually have it listed. It's one of my other videos. I said Jack Sawyer will end up with the Bengals or the Browns. Both teams. He said he wants to play for Ohio. He loved it. It was always been his dream to play for Cleveland or Cincinnati. So I think he's going to end up with one of those two teams. I think they will both take a flyer on him. And I think so. I'm going to say Jack Sawyer will go to the Cleveland Browns or the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm hoping he goes to the Cleveland Browns. I'd love to see him in a Cleveland Browns uniform. I think he'd be. If we can't land, if we don't pick Abdul Carter, if we trade out of that spot, or number 2 pick with somebody maybe like a Dak Prescott or something like that, because there was that rumor going around he may land Dak Prescott. Then with my first pick I have in the second round, I try to trade back up in the late first round or early second round if I trade my first round pick, and I select Jack Sawyer to play opposite Myles Garrett. Can you imagine how good Jack Sawyer would look at a Cleveland Browns uniform? I think he'd look great, and I would love to have him opposite side Myles Garrett. I think they would play well together. So that's what I think. If you want me to recap where I said how state players will go, here we go. Josh Simmons to the Jets. Jack Sawyer to the Bengals and the Browns. Tyleik Williams to the Cardinals. JT Tuimoloau, JT, to the Falcons. Trayvon Henderson to the Cowboys. Quinshawn Junkins to the Browns. Donovan Jackson to the Texans. Denzel Burke to the Saints. Will Howard to the Seahawks or the Cleveland Browns. Or maybe in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's even kind of talking about Will Howard too. So maybe we could land in Pittsburgh. That's the latest update. Cody Simon, Browns. I said they can pick him up late for Zach McCaughlin, Rams or the Eagles. Jordan Hancock, excuse me, to the Colts. Ty Hamilton to the Dolphins. G. Scott Jr. to New England, and Jacqueline Johnson will go to the Vikings. He might be the one that doesn't get selected at all. But that was the 16 Buckeye players that are in the upcoming draft, where I picked them to go. So who's all here? Say something in the chat so we know you're here. Super Game-O, how's it going? So what do you think? Do you think we'll see Ohio World Series in 2025? Back to what I said. I said Boston will win the AL East. The Cleveland Indians will win. What rule would I give back? Would I get rid of? I don't know what rule I would get rid of. I don't know. The one of the new rules it looks like they have this year is where you have to stand when you're trying to catch somebody from stealing. They have to stand in front of the bag. They can't stand behind the bag or stand on the bag. So maybe that's the rule I would get rid of, because I think it makes it harder. I think it makes it easier for players to get stolen bases. So I think I would get rid of that one, because I think that rule is just dumb. So a lot of people want to get rid of the ghost runner in extra innings. That has its pros and its cons. So I think I'm in favor of keeping it, but I wouldn't use it for the playoffs. Maybe the rule that I would maybe one that maybe I would bring back. I really have to go look and see what rules they got rid of, because I'm not sure about that. What is a rule that you would get, Jonathan? You're in here. What rule would you want to bring back? Is there one that stands out in your mind that you want to bring back? I'm trying to think what rules were previously that would be nice to have back. I don't know. I probably would get rid of the pitch clock. I think that's the other one I probably would get rid of, more so maybe than the base running, where they let the base runner the second baseman or shortstop can't stand in front of the plate base. Maybe on a stolen bases. So maybe I get rid of the pitch clocks. I think pitch clocks waste of time. I think that's what's causing a lot of these pitchers to get hurt. So I think I get rid of the pitch clock. I think it's dumb. I don't think it needs to be in baseball. I guess it's not really a rule, but if I was commissioner, I'd let Cleveland take their name back. I'd let them take the Indians back. Maybe I would tell them they have to change the logo a little bit. They can't use the Chief Wahoo guy, and let them go with like a feather, or use the logo from Major League with the baseball and the feather in it, like the little feather thing like that. I would maybe do that. I would maybe try to let them do something like that. But as far as, maybe that's not really a rule change, but that's what I say. Cavs are down 63-58 at the half. The Blue Jackets, last I saw, were down 3-0 to the Vancouver Canucks in a must win situation, and it may actually be. Oh, we might be tied. Oh, we're tied at 3. They have retied it up. So the Blue Jackets have fought their way back in the second period. They have tied it up at 3. Go Blue Jackets. So the person that's in here, What is it? Is it you, Jonathan? Is it you that's back in here? Yeah, Jonathan. If you're still in here, what rule would you bring back in baseball? Reduce the number of games, increase the 7 inning stretch to allow for more organized entertainment. But my number one goal would be get rid of the batter line up and allow the coaching players to call. Okay, to call audibles. Okay. Yeah, I could. That makes sense. I like that way of thinking. I really think they need to let us take our name back and just maybe change our logo a little bit, like the Major League logo or just a feather, but allow us to be called the Indians, but not use the Chief Wahoo. I'd be okay with that. I just don't like being called the Guardians. Um, you make a good point. I think the pitch clock. I don't like the pitch clock. I think that's a waste of time. And I think players are getting hurt because of the pitch clock, and I just think it's dumb. I think you're forcing pitchers to be work too quickly. So I think I would get rid of the pitch clock. So wow, we get a 4-minute power play of the Blue Jackets too. You got to take advantage of this and score a goal. So what other questions does anybody have that's in here tonight? We got anybody else in here tonight that wants to share some questions? As I'm watching the Blue Jackets, as more people are trying to file in and asking questions here. Take a little drink here. This was the end of it. Kent Johnson all alone on that far side. He says, "I'm going to take this opportunity." Good idea by him. Now another big conversation on the other side of the ice. I love this when they're setting up plays. We're just going to sit here a little bit, see if anybody else comes in and wants to ask any questions for us tonight. The other side for Wierenski. He was trying to hit Marchenko. That was the play they set up. Marchenko, Monahan whipped on it. Look, he gets enough of that puck to clear. Remember we talked about the middle of the ice open in that first power play. So, right there they use it with Monahan. If I could find a way to it's got to be a flat pass. It's got to be quick. Once again, Vancouver, one of the best penalty teams in the NHL. Fourth best. Get somebody in here to do a live with and just kind of help put some questions in. And it's a short-handed goal, and the Canucks are up 4-3. So credit the Canucks here, not only just getting the puck out, it's this play right here by Wierenski's trying to set that up. It goes off the skate of Suter, and then Jackets give up a short-handed goal. Makes a really smart play here with that soft pass. As Meyer just gets in the way of it. You can see all this. He is out in the middle of the ice. He tries to lunge for it with that stick. Now he's way out of position. And that just bounced behind him and Sherwood points. It's Tyler Meyer, short-handed goal. Only there's 4 short-handed goals. You can't give up short-handed goals, man. Especially when the game's tied. What's up?
Good night.
Good night. You going to your bed?
Right. No.
Yes? Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'll go straight to bed.
That's not. I don't have anywhere to sleep down here tonight.
If I cleaned up over here a little bit, would that work?
I'd have to move all that stuff over here, and I'm not going to do it tonight.
Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh.
But Right now, I'm live, Lizzie. I can't do anything right now. I'm live. Doing a live video as we're watching the Blue Jackets and flipping and check out the Cavs. We got a tight one going here with the Blue Jackets right now. And on the power play, they can't hear you because I don't have the headsets on. You can put them on and say hi. Nobody's on there right now.
Hello.
That's the one and only Lizzie Joy Oper.
Daddy.
Got to get one back, Blue Jackets. Wow. Not gonna score on a 4-minute power play goal. Instead, you're gonna give up a power play goal. Shorthanded goal. Man, oh man. On 17 remaining in the level minor to Elias Pettersson. Dangling over the Blues. Marchenko on the key there. Easy read for Drew O'Connor. He comes back short-handed to Sherwood. After shotting the glove for Sleekins, and he will have to squeeze it. You can see what O'Connor did there. Johnson backing up. He wasn't going to try to take Wierenski one-on-one, so he went over on. So right now, nobody else.
Wondering where I am.
Yeah, just go get in bed. Might just have to end this. I don't think anybody else is coming in tonight. I've been live for almost 40 minutes.
Wow. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Am I on YouTube now?
You're on YouTube, yes. So, Liz, you want to say anything? You want to say how do you feel about the? Tell everybody how you feel about the Blue Jackets. Come talk about the Blue Jackets.
Why me?
Let's do it. Let's talk about them a little bit.
Why? Fine. Here, guys.
Say something about the Blue Jackets.
Hello.
Tell everybody what you think of the Blue Jackets.
There.
That's Lizzie. She loves Blue Jackets hockey.
Are you just gonna go off live so someone's watching you?
Huh?
Are you just gonna go off?
Probably here shortly. I'm just gonna see if we can do something on this power play. Wow, terrible power play opportunity. 4 minutes and a power play chance. And not only do you not score, you give up a shorthanded goal. Terrible. May end this at the 45-minute mark. If nobody else comes in and asks us some questions.
Are you just gonna leave?
Yeah, I'll probably gonna stand for 5 more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else comes on, I'm gonna leave.
Can you help move the bed?
Huh? I'll have to probably do it over there. I don't think there's enough room to do it in here.
I'm seriously making rooms for you right now, and you're trying to regret it?
Well, no, I think that's fine, but I think I'm going to have to probably move it. Probably, if there's room over here to do it, I don't know if there'll be a room or not. You can slide it over. I'll see if we can see if there's room.
Wait, can I do something on this? Can I say
Well, you
something?
want to say something again?
Wait. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
It's working there, Lizzie. Trust me.
I know.
But so there's what I said. Okay, we'll go back. I'm gonna do a quick little review here before we head off here. Boston Red Sox will win the AL East. The Dodgers will win the NL West.
If no one talks to you, keeping in mind it's 8:36 in the night, everyone's probably sleeping.
NL Central, the Brewers will win the NL Central. The NL East will be the Atlanta Braves. Houston will win the West. Cleveland will win the AL Central. And I am predicting a Cleveland versus Cincinnati in the World Series in 2025, an Ohio World Series for the first time in history. So that's what I say. I may be wrong by a long shot. Lizzie, you're probably going to have to put that back there. But that's what I have to say, and maybe I'm way wrong by all this. I have no idea. But just call me crazy that the Indians will take out Boston in the ALCS, and the Cincinnati Reds will take out the Dodgers in the NLCS. So that's where we are, and we're 42 minutes in, and we may just take a minute to step back out of this and call it a night. It's been fun. Cavs are still got the number 1 seed, and let's see how they're doing real quick over here before we check back out. See if we can get an update on them. Hold on here. We're down 76-62. Man. So there you have it. Cavs are down to the Pistons tonight. Blue Jackets are down 4-3 to the Vancouver Canucks because of the shorthanded goal they gave up. You heard what I predicted my Ohio State players. You can go back and see where I predicted them to go. That was in a previous video, but we went ahead and talked about it again tonight and where everybody would stand. But it's time to call this one a night, as I think there's somebody else that's live tonight on stuff. Hold on a second.
If when you're done, let me know, because Mom thinks we need to talk it over if I'm gonna sleep.
All right, I'm gonna be up in 1 minute.
See you there.
So there we have it. So I hope you enjoy the show, and hopefully, if you didn't get a chance to watch it live, you get a chance to check it out at a later time. As always, I'm glad that you can be part of my show and you can watch my shows, and I hope you enjoy it. And please spread the word. Spread the word about the OBee Sports Talk Show, because I am your host, and I want to get people out there. I want people to watch my shows, and I love to hear your opinions and hear your comments about what you think on things as well. This is OBee. I hope you have a great night. Until next time, goodbye. Or as I like to say, OBee out.